pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right, Chief, if you will, one more time for me.
Father in heaven, we come to you today with humble hearts and ask that you guide our path. Help us in our speech and our thoughts. Lord, help us to plan good for this community. We give you praise in Jesus Christ's name.
Here.
Chambers,
Here.
Rayland, here, Shaver, Valentine. Yeah. No special visitors or anything for this meeting. Any public comments? November read in. Any public comments? Anything? Nope, good. All right, awesome. Moving on to consent agenda. We have approval of the regular council meeting minutes from February 17th, 2026. Does anybody have any discussions?
Not right.
What's not right on
I
it?
didn't abstain.
You didn't vote.
That's right. I didn't abstain.
So what did you do? What do you
I
call
didn't
that?
vote.
Which is an abstention.
No, it's not.
What am I supposed to put there?
Okay, let's say I did vote. See, there's no actual recording. It was just a voice vote. It just should have been motion passed. It should not have been 4 and 1 abstain. It's wrong, so it don't matter. Whatever you, that's the end of the discussion.
It would say 4-1 if it didn't have you as an abstention, so it would look like a no.
As long as they're done handled this way, I will vote appropriately. That's all we really need to say.
Okay, any other comments? All right. Do we have a motion for approval of the regular council meeting minutes from February 17th, 2026?
Motion approved.
And do we have a second?
I will second.
All right. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? So what do you want me to do with that, though? How do you want me to have that on the next minute?
Motion passed.
But there's
No,
yays
no,
and
no,
there's...
no, not by individual, then do a roll call vote. Do a roll call vote and it takes that all out of it.
Why can't...
No.
How's that
I'm
gonna
just telling you,
change? What do you...
That's the difference.
So you want me to roll call everything from now on?
No. But when there's discussion or when I ask for a roll call vote, yes. If I ask for a roll call vote, which I did and I didn't get,
The month before.
right. But now, that one there, I didn't vote. All it should have been is motion passed. On a voice vote, that's all you gotta do is motion passed or motion failed. And then if I question that, like more than one person, but yes, I'm just telling you, that's Robert's Rule of Order. The way you're doing it is wrong.
So
I'm not gonna
on
vote
each
for
one, we have yays and nays because, as Carrie can attest, you can be recalled over how you vote or how you abstain.
No, you can't.
That
They
is-
ain't been recalled yet by it.
There are people being recalled for the way they vote.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So your refusal to vote means you're abstaining from voting.
No.
You cannot sit on council and refuse to vote every single time.
I know the rules. I'm good. I'm good.
I know, I've been doing my
You do what you
minutes
gotta do.
the way I've been doing my minutes for many years.
Yep.
Just leave it as he abstained. So 4 yays, 0 nays. And 1 something. Yes. Okay. All right, moving on. So it carries. Motion carries. Approval of regular council meeting minutes for March 3rd, 2026. discussion?
Motion approved.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. All right, and then approval of bills as presented.
Motion approved bills as presented.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Okay. Freeland,
Yes.
Barkowska,
Yes.
Shaver,
Yes.
Chambers. Yes. Valentine. Yes. All right. Now, if everybody goes through, we do also have the USDA Phase 1 invoice approval for Spicer. Does everybody have time to look over that one?
Which you will see you had an additional,
An invoice approval for Spicer. Does everybody have time to look over that one?
which you will see you had an additional, when you came in, you had a updated.
For the extra parts that we were ordering, with the
It's-
remainder for
It
the
was
generator.
a Spicer invoice that came in yesterday that I added to it. So the one that was on the table is the accurate total amount.
So we have USDA Phase 1 invoice approval for Spicer for February, which is $4,409,000. That's what you have.
Do I?
Yeah. $4,496, and then we have Spicer March. Oh. That's what you have.
Hey, I was really struggling.
So, I'm sorry, back to it. Spicer March, $5,070. Wolverine Generator, which is $65,566. $3,500 for parts for generator. TSC, which is $2,949.27. Or and Maine, $8,809.26.
Do you wanna clarify how like last month they wouldn't do the full advance amount, so I had to correct it? This one I'm not sure because that $3,500 in parts for the generator isn't something that I have like specific invoice for. It's just what's noted in the email that there's gonna be that $3,500 for like cables and plugs or whatever. So I don't know if they're gonna approve that or not yet, so I might have to correct it and lessen it by $3,500. None of it's been purchased yet. I'm literally only going on what the quotes are right now.
Equaling
Yes.
$90,472.23. Coming right off at the end too.
the 3,500 hasn't come in yet, so.
None of
That's
it
not-
has
yeah.
came in, like, I haven't ordered any of that stuff yet, because we discussed with them about a generator that wasn't on our original wish list. We just discussed with them about it, and they said, oh, I don't see why we couldn't do that. So I'm kind of curious if they're gonna approve that or not, and even after this last time, I still haven't gotten the money from last month's stuff yet, so I'm kind of, the idea of actually ordering anything without the money is starting to make me nervous too. Well, they'll hopefully next month will be the last time for phase one. Maybe one more, cause like first of May is when we have to be done with it.
Right now, this is for the engineering, or for the generator and the equipment.
Yeah. Pretty much agreed to everything but the generator from that original first page with the highlights on it, not that first page, but when we originally submitted this with the list of everything that you guys approved, but USDA approved it all too, but the generator was not on that list. But we still have to go through the motion of you guys approving stuff too. Not for this, because I haven't even submitted to USDA yet. Last month's stuff, for some reason, she said there was a glitch. If I don't, I need to check and see if it's there today. But, she said if I didn't have it by tomorrow, I would contact her again, but I don't like having vendors waiting 2 months or 3 months for money, so.
So we have 2 quotes for, for the generator, are we going to seek any other quotes or just go
Like
with
I said,
these
I
2?
mean, we don't really have time
Right,
to put too much effort into it, because next month is the last month we have
we're down to
to
the, yeah.
submit for this
down
stuff.
to the deadline.
But I can assure you that, of them 2 quotes, the one for Wolverine for 65,000 compared to Cummins for 92,000 or whatever is a no-brainer. I actually do not, Cummins is who does the maintenance on the water tower generator, and I don't like that company. Their billing is terrible. Wolverine is who we have all of our contracts with and who did everything on the 2 new lift stations. So I'd rather deal with them myself.
So the 85 would be with the Wolverine and engineering fees, is that what we're trying to vote on here?
Actually, I need a table when you came in, it's a grand total of 90,000 and whatever that has that additional Spicer invoice with it. That just came in yesterday. So that's the updated full amount.
So on that, what's the equipment for that generator?
The generator, there's, on the one for the $8,890 or whatever, that's 2 harnesses and
Okay, that's all.
the
all-
tripod for confined space. And then the TFC is a brush hog and.
So what we had was 5,000 more for engineering.
Yes.
So this one we really don't need, other than it's got all. the
It's
cable.
got all the stuff with it, yeah.
I'll go ahead and make a motion, approve the 947223. On
On that note, just so I don't forget, unless you answer it later, what did the bank say on your card?
I honestly haven't been able to talk to her, so. So I'm hoping to get with her this week. But I will let you know.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
A second.
I'll second it.
Barkowska,
Yes.
Chambers,
Yes.
Freeland,
Yes.
Shaver,
Yes.
Valentine.
Yes. All right, so then we have the approval for the 2026-2027 budget resolution approval.
Resolution was attached to the back of the budget, that was in your packet. We had a lot to make sure I changed all the five to sixes and all that.
Any discussion? All right. We have a motion,
I'll make that motion.
and do we have a second?
I'll second that motion.
Any other discussion? Freeland,
Yes.
Barkowska,
Yes.
Shaver,
Yes.
Chambers,
Yes.
Valentine.
Yes. I think we'll just do these separately.
Yeah, that's why I had it noted. I already have it broke down. I just, when I did the agenda initially, I didn't break it down.
All right, so we have the CD renewals for Freedom Credit Union and Mayville State Bank. So we have the renewal of Freedom Credit Union for 301.
Motion to renew.
And that's for the one that's coming up on 319.
Yes, the 10,817.
I'll second the motion.
Any discussion? This one's easy. We're just gonna renew this one for another 7 months at a higher rate like we've been doing for all of them. The next one's a little more complicated. So, roll call on that. Freeland,
Yes.
Barkowska,
Yes.
Shaver,
Yes.
Chambers,
Yes.
Valentine.
Yes.
So for this one, I'm pretty sure that's, what did I have on here, is it a 36? It's currently a 36-month term in Mayville, so if it renews, it's gonna be for 3 years. At a very minimal rate of 0.45 quarterly. So I definitely recommend, I'm not sure what Mayville's current rates are, but obviously my recommendation is gonna be to close this one out at Mayville upon maturity on the 30th and move it to Frankenmuth and open that one for 7 months in Frankenmuth.
At the 3.1.
Yes, as long as it doesn't change between, I mean, it's still gonna be higher than 0.45. Right now, they've stayed the same since January, rates haven't changed, so, but who knows? Well, yeah, I mean, it's hard to say, but I think it'll be better, and at least it's gonna be 7 months rather than 3 years. And again, it's gonna compound monthly rather than quarterly also.
So, any questions?
So my first one motion to like close it at Mayville, and then another second motion to move it to Frankenmuth is what I need.
Do you have a second?
I'll second it.
Shaver,
Yes.
Freeland,
Yes.
Chambers,
Yes.
Parkowska.
Wouldn't it be 3.1%?
That's just the difference of Mayville's, like, if we were
Mayville is offering the
renewing it
0.45.
in Mayville, it's gonna renew at 0.45%.
But then if we move it to Franklin's Credit Union, it would be renewed at 3.1.
It'll start at 3.1, and if it was in Frankenmuth, it would renew at 1.3. So no matter how you look at it, Frankenmuth has a better rate. And this one's at 36 months. So even if you want to keep it in Mayville, and like I said, I'm not sure what the rates are, but I would definitely change it from a 36-month term to something smaller.
The only question I have is the price of oil is going to this, and if they move the interest rate down for 7 months, we might get 1% one, where for 3 years we get to stay up at the higher one.
I mean, still, even at 7 months at 1% is better than 3 years at 0.5%.
Stocks went to crack, so just curious. That's what makes me nervous is where the country's at, not so much.
Well, I get it.
It's
And I mean, don't get me wrong, it makes a lot more work for all of us to renew these every 7 months too. You know what I mean? Like, only dealing with it once every 3 years makes it easy to forget about them, let me tell you.
That kind of question, that when I did a 4% for a year and a half, I thought it was going for 7 months. It worked out in my favor right now, but and the other one was 8%, was only for 7 months. Both of them are good. I vote yes on it.
Okay, so yes, so then Valentine.
Yes.
Okay.
So then we need a motion to move it to Franklin's Credit Union.
Motion to move it to Franklin's Credit Union.
And I'll second that.
Yes.
Valentine.
Yes.
What was the term on that one again, though? What was that, 36?
It
And now
was.
And now it's gonna go to
And
7.
then it'll go to 7.
You definitely won't.
Okay.
Now on to insurance.
Okay, so hopefully you guys brought that stuff from last meeting, like the insurance and CIP stuff. Again, nothing really changed in the policy aside from a pretty basic increase, which they kept us at around 5% rather than standard. Apparently going rate was like 8.5%, 9%. So should be appreciative to that, I guess. And the only changes we're gonna make is dropping that 65 to the parade, to lessen it by that $225. And Terry's supposed to be going over some of his inventory for sure. On that last page, that's not the invoice, but has like the schedule of equipment back there. Some of that needs to be updated, but as of right now, it's not gonna change. So we're looking at $53,625.
Horrendous.
It seems like everything is going up, isn't it?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but that's what, I mean, you really gotta pay attention to what it's covering. I mean,
Hope to make a true winner. My house insurance where it went same time.
Did anybody shop around?
you can have fun.
Yeah, pretty much. Just motion to approve the insurance proposal for this year.
How long were you had these guys? It doesn't have to be perfect, roughly.
Well, I don't know for sure exactly when we started with them.
Well, roughly.
We've had them the whole time I've been here for sure. I
It's at
don't
least 6 to
know
8
when
years.
it initially went into effect. I don't.
No offense or anything, but are these the people that you're getting those grant from too?
Mhm.
Are they tacking the grant onto us? Just asking.
No. I mean, obviously they give a lot of money away though with all them grants. I didn't. He had shown me like numbers of where our policy started and I don't have that with me. Yeah, from like, just in the last 3 years, like the difference in our coverage has gone from because on the page,
How many claims have we filed with them? That's another question.
honestly, really, we only have, I think there's like a total, outside of that insurance claim with that automaker's mess that went on for how many years, 10 years? Any actual like claims over the last 3 years, there's been like 5, and majority of them are fire department stuff, because they had some hose, and then the truck, and what else did you have? It's only right around like, that doesn't include the current claim in the works with the bleachers and the fence still, but we're right around 20,000 in claims, minus this claim that's gonna be, what, I don't know how much they're gonna actually put on as far as, but the bleachers themselves being $8,000 or whatever. So it's really, and none of it's been much that we can really be avoidable, you know, it's all been with the department, things that happen, hydrant,
The fence, everything,
bleacher, fence.
and I think eventually too, we have to do the like.
So that'll be 2. Trying to picture the paper he showed me. But on page 8, like buildings and contents coverage, where total buildings and contents were at $14,197. We started out at way less than that, like our buildings and stuff are going up with the rate going up, like gained a lot of coverage over the years. Even, and just in like the cyber policies and stuff, which are all things we can't take chances on. If we don't have that and something happens, we're screwed. You know, I decide to be dumb and open a ransom email or something. I bankrupt us, you know, potentially. But, yes, Becky.
Who are you insured with?
We go through Decker
Pardon?
Agency.
Where are they located?
They are in Belleville.
Portage,
There we go.
I think
knew it
is
was
where
a
the
B.
headquarters
County
live.
too.
Um,
County too.
They are part of the Michigan Participating Plan, which is who handles a lot of municipal coverage.
Your rates have gone up, have they? Or?
Well, generally
It's-
throughout any.
All because we've raised our coverages as far as, I mean, even that, like getting the new fire truck,
new fire truck.
obviously increased $750,000 in
Well, and the
values, you
the
know.
building increased the value as well. So
So it's not like they're just raising our rates without us gaining any better coverage typically.
Getting
Aside
more
from
coverage, right?
inflation rate, like he said, on average, this year's rate was an increase of 8 to 9%, and we only were increased 5. So they were nice to us accordingly. I guess. Put it in.
I'll second it.
Markowska,
Yes.
Shaver, Chambers,
Yes.
Freeland,
Yes.
Valentine,
Yes.
carries. Okay, motion carries.
Or, I mean, if you just want to keep doing it the second
No,
you're done
I
reading,
don't,
that's fine.
But
I'm just
trying to be rude and trying to
Move
be
them
kind.
forward, like, let's go.
all right. We need a motion for the CIP, the capital improvement plan for 2027 to 2032 approval. Do I have any discussion? All right, do we have a motion for approval?
I'll make a motion to approve the CIP. plan.
Do we have a second? Good? Barkowska,
Yes.
Chambers,
Yes.
Freeland,
Yes.
Shaver,
Yes.
Valentine,
Yes.
moving on to management. Are you just gonna save this for when Terry's up then?
Well, nobody else has really had a chance to go over it. though.
Right. Alright, Terry, when do you need this by?
What's that?
Your resolution?
As soon as you wanna sign it.
I don't think anybody's gonna, we'll let him explain it when it's your time, I guess, we'll go with that.
Yeah, we'll do that first and then we'll see, bring it to a vote immediately before anybody else has had a chance to look at it.
Well, it's already, it's in play. It's a 10-year-old document that just needs to be reviewed.
Okay. Well,
It's just agreeing to mutual aid.
So, you want me to explain what it is? Is that what you're asking, Kayla?
I was gonna have you do it at your time, but you can do it now, yeah,
So-
get it out of the way.
Yeah, so what it is, I don't think any of you were on the board when that went into place 10 years ago. So that's our statewide mutual aid agreement, it's Michigan Mavis. And what it does is, if there was ever a real serious, major catastrophe, a major downtown fire, a tornado that came through here, something that overwhelmed what we could do between our Lapeer County or Tuscola County, we had to request help from anywhere in the state. They would send help to us. We sent help out several times through that agreement. So we sent people to Sanford Dam when that exploded. We sent help up there for a day. We sent help up to Hemlock when they had their grain elevator on fire, and then we sent help to Caseville when they had that large fire up there. It's just a statewide mutual aid agreement. But it's been in play for over 10 years, and what they're asking for is just an updated agreement because it's over 10 years old. So it's active right now. If something were to happen tonight, and I needed to get help from Midland or, Southeast Michigan, if we had a trench rescue or something that was greater than our capabilities, I could get help in here. They're just asking for updated paperwork. So that's something that a previous council had already signed. It's active. There's no cost to us. They're just asking for updated paperwork. Is what it is. If you have any questions, I could certainly answer them. Call in someplace else, and for them to come, we need to have statewide paperwork in place. That way, everybody's covered. That's the idea.
And I'll second it.
And they've asked every fire department in the county to update theirs, so everybody's going back to their.
Yeah. Does that affect our like contracts or anything like that?
Doesn't affect any. Like I said, we have every department in the county belongs to it, and so we have our own division, and then so we belong to a Mavis division with us, Huron County and San Juan County, and then they asked us because our agreements were over 10 years old, just come back to our local township boards or village councils and have them update the agreement.
I'd rather roll call in this case. Freeland,
Yes.
Barkowska,
Yes.
Chambers,
Yes.
Shaver,
Yes.
Valentine.
Yes.
And we're never
All right, thank you.
Sure.
All right, manager report.
So ultimately, not a whole lot going on. Lagoon meeting on the 9th. To recap from the previous meeting of the approved placement of additional 2-inch lift on the berm and such, they've decided to kind of hold off on that due to frost. So that's not going to happen right now. Most likely are going to wait to fully remobilize equipment till May, maybe April, depending on the weather. We discussed the road projects coming up for the summer and how they are not going to, they're going to have to go back to 2nd Street being their main route. However, it hurts 2nd Street, but they can't be driving on the new road once it's done. They'll have to cross over that intersection, but Spicer will be coordinating both projects to a degree, different managers, but they'll all work together to make sure everything is handled. Fisher's fully aware of the situation. There shouldn't be any scheduling issues between the two projects. Our next meeting is April 20th. As far as that MRWA, like I said, we don't have anything coming further with like contracts for that operator status, but they did come and conducted energy audits on the water and sewer properties, which means the water tower, the water plant, and all the lift stations. Results. We just got the results back, but we haven't like sat down and actually discussed everything with them. It's going to be a public thing, so once it's closer and I know more, I'll share that as well. There is a no work order in place for the weekend of the Sunflower Festival for any of the roads. I shut them right down Thursday through Sunday, that whole weekend. So I know there's a little concern about the parade route. I'm not sure how to answer that because I don't know at what point the construction will be. So I'm not gonna say that it won't be rough terrain for them to use. Like, I don't know. They may want to seek something alternative. I'm just not quite sure what to say that is. Because I even, in the debate of doing that little spot on Lincoln into the school, do we do that first or do we do that last? Because of how the sports and everything happen, like,
Yeah,
I'm
because
not
most of the
sure.
sports still go into June, so.
Yes, but then football practice starts, and they're the ones that are going to go to the den. Like all your softball and baseball can have an easier access from the other drive. So I'm not sure what state that's going to be to say, like, oh, that'll be fine, or that'll be nice, or that's still going to be a mess.
Have you
I'm not-
communicated with the school to ask them?
I've communicated with the school, and they basically have said, whatever we got to do, just, give us a little warning. I was just more thinking for the festival as far as the parade. Like, if we were to say,
Right.
Take them High Street instead of Orchard,
and
come
then
up and
back
use
through
Lincoln Street as you're back in.
Honestly, I'd say that would probably be the better bet at this point.
I mean, I know High
Orchard's
Street's
gonna take
pretty
forever.
rough terrain as well, and that hill's pretty rough uphill battle too, for especially some of the older people things. Or if they want to go back to their from Lincoln.
Go down that way and then circle up and just kind of do the parade in reverse this year, you know what I mean?
Right.
That would make the most sense because then they would completely avoid Orchard Street. And then we would just have to worry about the small patch.
Right, and that's what I'm even worried because I have a feeling they're not gonna come in and asphalt until it's all done. You know what I mean? So that's gonna be tore up the whole time. Or you save it till the end, so it's tore up the least amount of time. I'm just pretty certain they're not gonna come in and do any paving until it's all ready
Well,
to be
that's
done.
what we'll talk to them about when we get there, so.
And then we submitted for overburdened application for the lead and copper. I really can't tell you exactly what that means. This is a quick little informational thing about it. From what I gather, the biggest thing that overburden was, because that is a loan grant project, that your loan terms are a much lower interest and actually can be 20, 30, or 40 years for qualified overburdens. So I just don't really know fully where we're at with that, aside from I know that we qualified for overburdens, but I'm not 100% on what it's going to do for us. So until we have further numbers, trying to make it as cheap as possible.
Was this the loan or the grant you applied for?
Well, it's a grant loan thing for the lead and copper, but it's just gonna depend on how much grant they're gonna give and how much loan we're gonna have to get, and then what the interest and term will be on the loan. But there's a loan. But we're not that far into it yet. We're basically still in we did the intent to apply, and yes, we're gonna apply because we kind of have to, because this is a mandated thing. I can't not do something with it and just ignore it, and then we have to bond for all of it next year because we have to do it. I did submit that risk reduction grant for the ADA compliance for the build of the website. Supposed to know, I think they said, by May 1st or something. Obviously, budget and they appeared on packets, water bill prep, and that's.
Thank you, Kayla. All right, moving forward. Here's my question, department heads, would you guys rather we do you guys first before I start jumping into the ordinance officer position? So then you guys have a chance to escape if needed. I won't judge you.
You're the boss. What do you
Maybe
wanna
a
do?
little bit.
All right, we'll do department heads first, and then we'll go into the ordinance position, if that sounds good. That way I'm not holding you guys all here hostage, feeling like you're staring in my soul. All right. See, I'm nice sometimes. All right, we'll start with DPW.
Good evening. We'll start with the water. Monthly operating report's been submitted to Eagle. I had no issues at this time with the water tower. Everything seems to be looking good. Knock on wood.
Yeah, you just cursed us.
No. The only thing we do have to do is I need to get a hold of, or have Kayla get a hold of UIS, come back out and rewire what they, get back in the way it was. Everything's working, he just had to,
Just wonky.
yeah. But other than that, everything's going good. Backwashes have been completed at the RC plant. And we're going to start flushing hydrants soon. Before I can flush hydrants, I have to flush the water tower. I just found that out. And that hasn't been done for a couple years. So, no big deal, a couple valves open up, but you may see some
Changes in your pressure.
and also some of the color of your water. For flushing hydrants, some residents might see a little bit of change in color. Just run your taps for a few minutes.
Definitely would post that, so that way you don't have thousands of people on the internet making a big issue about the water.
Oh, yeah. We're always
Did he
Facebook
put a
famous.
notice in the paper about that?
We will for
Yeah,
him.
yeah, for sure.
And I'll probably also post it online as well and on the website, just so everybody has kind of a general idea, so nobody's super surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the water sits in them old pipes and everything, you get sediment.
Yeah.
So, and you get rust. Wastewater, stormwater, Salt 3's been isolated, and we're getting ready to start the discharge here probably by the end of the week or beginning of next week. We've been cleaning storm drains around town. If some people get a little upset with the way we're cleaning some storm drains, some storm drains around here sit in a valley. There's one right across from Carrie's house. Sits down in the yard. So we kind of got to take a V, cut a V into the edge of the street to get the water to flow down into the storm drains. Because the street's sitting lower than the edge of the road. So if anybody complains about that, that's fine. We'll come back and fix them up. I submitted a quote to Kayla today. The lift station at this time. But we have a backup pump down at the shop. So they have to come in, pull the pump, put the new one in, and they're gonna take the other one and use that one, prepare that one as a backup pump. So at least we have one. That's a pretty winky, lift station down there. We're gonna need some repairs on that eventually too. And Fisher's working on lagoons as much as the weather allows right now. So everything's going good out there. Streets, as was posted at the last meeting, you know the streets are in poor shape. We don't have any hole patch at this time. All we have is road millings. We put road millings in a hole and it gets blown out by the next day. We found that out down at the school, by the school. So we did have some coal patch left. We fixed what we could down by the elementary school. They're not making any asphalt or coal patch right now, so as soon as the plants start operating, we're gonna get a load in and we're gonna start patching holes the best we can. Parks, we're getting ready to start doing spring cleanup too. There are lots to do. Parks, we got a lot of painting planned this year, fixing picnic tables, quite a few picnic tables that need to be repaired. And equipment buildings, no issues to report on far as equipment or anything. We're gonna be starting our spring maintenance, oil changes and air filters and all that good stuff. And get ready for the oncoming summer. That's all I have. Any questions?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
When are you gonna start picking up yard
Oh,
waste and
you know
everything?
what?
That's big.
It's in here.
It's in there. I forgot to even say anything about that. Yard waste. We will be picking up yard waste. Starts the first Monday in April. I copy of the yard waste maintenance is going to be sent out to everybody in your water bill this year. We are going to adhere to the policy of yard waste 100%. I don't wanna upset nobody, but there's some residents that feel we can just take care of a whole tree, mountainous piles of brush. Policy states 6 foot long, 4 feet wide, 4 foot high, nothing larger than 4 inches in diameter.
We still take my
You got that
23
memorized,
bucks.
don't you?
Well, last year we had one resident, it was literally 3 dump truck loads. One resident, that's done, I'm not gonna do that anymore, I don't get paid to take care of somebody's tree like that. There's a policy in place, anybody has a large pile, it's gonna sit there. We're not trying to be mean or rude or bold to anybody, but it's, you need to look at us too. So it's a lot of work on
sell that for
us.
firewood too, though.
I don't mind picking up brush, but it comes to a point. 3 dump truck loads from one residence is just insane. That's too much. And now we're down to 2 guys taking care of yard waste, so. And it's not just one person, it happens quite regularly. So I will have copies of the ordinance, or the policy, I should say. And when we come to one that we will not pick up, we will leave policy on the door form.
Sounds good, as long as they're notified.
That's,
And
There's no question
This
why.
month's bills are gonna be full page bills with the newsletters again, with all that information, but I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure we waste our time and money, paper, ink, all of it. I do not believe 90% of the people pay any attention to that newsletter. Because you know how many people got their trash schedules in their newsletters? The whole town. How many people called complaining they didn't have their trash schedule? A lot of people. So, I don't know. But they will be with your bills next week.
Maybe we should just do an automatic like system where like it calls everybody individually, like
Well,
the
maybe when
schools
we
do,
have like,
and then like let everybody know like the.
Is that also gonna have the thing on there with the no burning of the leaves and all that kind of
it
stuff?
will have everything the same, pretty much the same.
and we had one resident that raked about 30 bags worth of leaves right out in the middle of the street.
I've seen them out there.
We had a couple other residents that have piled leaves
Oh,
up
yeah,
by the
that
edge of the
usually
road,
is.
so
Well, yeah.
we're not gonna put all the equipment back together just for all the piles. Other than that, that's it.
You're gonna put that size of the piles in your newsletter thing that you're gonna send us? How big that pile can be?
Yes, it's in the policy.
Okay.
Yep,
Garage
that's
up
something
to
in the
4
law.
feet
Okay.
wide,
Yeah.
4 feet high, by 6 feet long.
Good, yeah.
It gets expensive.
Cause I noticed that, just driving around, I see everybody, gets new mulch and stuff like that, and they take all their mulch out and they just dump it at the end of their driveway and expect you guys to pick that up with the leaves and everything, but, I mean, they're just dumping it, they're not putting it in a container or doing anything, they're just piling it all
Either
up. I've
has to
seen
be in
it,
a
it's
leaf
been like,
bag or container. Can't be in a box or anything like that. It's gotta be like a plastic container, garbage can or something like that.
Thank you, Rick.
You're welcome.
Terry, you're up. Well, I just wanted to say this quote that
Oh.
he just got, like if you wanna look at it, but just so you know.
Is that something we have to, we're
No.
voting on right now?
You don't have to, I mean, it's gonna have to be
I mean,
done,
it's
it's
the
gotta,
water, right?
it's for the sewer,
Sewer.
yeah,
Sewer.
but we kinda don't have a choice but to get it done and.
Yeah, have it fixed or repaired. Where was that one at? Because is that by my house?
No, that's.
No,
what we're
it's down by,
looking at.
I just don't want it in my basement.
Lockville.
Alright,
Yeah.
yeah, that deal. I just don't want.
Autumn Acres or Roller Way or whatever it was called. Going out of town to see where the
That is a sketchy.
All right, I don't have anything new for you. Thanks for signing that agreement. I'll get those all back to the county. 17 emergencies since your last meeting, 44 year to date. I've got the breakdown for you there in your report. There was, I think Bill brought it up, asking about the line item for the radios and the pagers. We're having issues. They're starting to get old. That's why that line item was put in there. We've got 8 of them now that are not working. So JC's getting them all sent in to try to get them fixed. If we can get them fixed, that's what we wanna do. If not, we're just gonna start replacing them. We can't have firefighters not carrying around reliable pagers. That's like the worst case scenario, to have a fire or an incident and not have guys show up because they don't know. And so right now, we're out of spares. And, you know, our phone, we have an app on our phone that I am responding works as a backup. And that makes me a little nervous when they all start going down for a reason. That many at one time, it's gotta be a software issue or something. So if we gotta start replacing them, that's why I asked Caleb to put that in there.
Were they all purchased like around the same time originally?
They all came at the same time. We've been buying 2 a year, but when we've got 25 firefighters, 2 a year is not gonna keep up. You know, so we may have to make a larger purchase this year to start replacing it. But yeah, they all came, how when did those pagers come in? Probably 7, 8 years ago now?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I think that there's gotta be something in that firmware that they're starting to go at the same time. Cause it's not just us, Ray was
I
saying
thought
that
it's actually like
Foster's having
cell
the same
phones,
problem.
like certain, you know, if we get to a certain age, then the whole software system starts to fail and.
Well, and we update them, you know, Jason's able to update them, just like your cell phone, but there's something's happening with them. And so we gotta get ahead of it or else we're gonna.
Well, just like computers, they can only take so many updates and new different systems,
True.
you know, that they can run and actually
Well,
operate.
I'd rather get ahead of it than find ourselves in a problem. Everything else is in your report, unless you have any questions. Things for us are going, seem to be going just fine. Everything else is in your report, unless you have any questions. Things for us are going, seem to be going just fine. Anything I can do for you? Any questions? All right.
Sound good?
Thank you.
You coaching again this year?
I am.
What's you coaching?
Well, I thought I was going to coach 10U, but apparently my daughter's going to stay down, so now I'm coaching, what is it, 8U again, so. I got a little one.
When you say.
Do you have my little one?
I have no idea. I don't have a list.
Scott got his list already.
Oh.
When you talk about Rich Township's contract.
Yeah,
It's not signed, they don't have one signed by us?
they can't find their copy. And so they would like to have a copy of it, and so I have a copy.
Signed?
I have a copy that they have signed, yeah. And so for whatever reason, they don't have a copy that's signed by our board. And so if I can email it to you if you like. They would just like a signed copy for the record.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I have the full
Yeah.
signed. So.
Yeah, so Trish is their clerk. She just, for whatever reason, they can't find one for their records. They'd like to have a signed copy for their records.
All right, I will look that
Yeah.
up when we're done. Or while they're discussing these, because I really need to partake.
Alright, other chief, you're up.
Okay. Last month, February, was 38 calls for service. General calls, nothing really outstanding. 2 administrative meetings, Central Michigan Police, and then the Thumb Zone Association meeting. And then, traffic stops, 6 traffic stops are made in the month of February, 0 citations and warnings given. Any questions?
I see 2 animal complaint incidents. Did the beaver come back? Or?
No, no.
Okay.
It's still with dogs, specifically dogs at large, so.
Were you able to get that paperwork for me?
I'm sorry,
Were you able to get that paperwork for me? I handed you.
for the backgrounds,
Yeah.
I did, but I can't give it to you because it's legal.
Okay.
Does that make sense? I can
Yes,
give you
it does. I was
information
just
on it.
hoping that you would, you know, we're good.
We can meet real quickly if you like.
In a minute.
Okay.
Alright. Anything else?
Nope.
Alright, thank you. Cease, you have the floor.
Okay, we're still waiting for the zoning person, because that person's gonna be really busy.
You say that every time you get a new
Well, I
member.
know, because I get the complaints too. We're working still to complete the master plan, which I do not think is going to be done. We have to update all of the data that's in there, and I'm not sure when that's gonna be completed. We have a couple of other things to do to get certification, but one of the things was to update the master plan. And I need to talk with Katie, and I have not done that yet. I submitted for the grants through Tuscola County Foundation, and I submitted for 4 benches, 2 for players and 2 for guests that we need. So I'm not sure when we're gonna hear back on that. And Josh was going to put in for 2 grants, but he had a problem with sewage backup and he couldn't get those done, so mine is the only one that's out there for this time. Also, we have a planning essentials meeting in Frankenmuth, and 4 of us are going. And the other thing is that Public Act 58 amendments to Land Division Act is explained, and Roger is going to do that. That one is going to be via probably Zoom or computer, and he's going to do that this month too. So we're all kind of busy. We're working, moving forward. So that's it for me.
Floor is yours.
All right. Thank you guys for having me tonight. So, for February, we ran 53 calls with the ambulance. 10 of them was into the village. We had 3 refusal service. Everything's going well with the ambulance. They're working on some grants this year themselves also. They're trying to look at an apparatus grant and some radios and pagers. So we're going to look into that and try to help through grants. So, but everything else is going well with them and just busy like everything else.
Great, sounds good, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
One thing I just before we like move on, that I guess I wanted to confirm, since we're not doing wage resolution, like, they have the okay, like I said, everything was in there, so did you basically say it was okay to do that 50 cents for the guys? Cause that will like, technically should go into effect on April 1st, but, or do you wanna hold off and just do the 3%? And discuss that more. We didn't really discuss any further idea on the summer help either, so I don't know about that.
Well, summer help, I thought that we were gonna be putting out, trying to get quotes and everything, so we have a general idea of how much it would cost.
Is that what you guys
Compared
agreed
to-
to try to get a couple quotes to see the difference of a contract out?
Yeah, compared to hiring, I thought that's what we agreed upon.
That's what we discussed.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there was discussion, but there was never like, yes, this is what we're gonna do.
No, you can backtrack to the 50 cent increase, that's fine. It's just with, because we're gonna have to figure out if we're gonna open up a brand new position or if we're going to be.
Well, they have somebody with an interest for a part-time labor position too. So, I mean, obviously it would have to be posted, but, they do have some interest already. As far as that goes.
When do you guys generally start the, lawn services?
Start mowing. When it's green and it's ready to start.
Well, like that's what I'm saying, it's very hard right now, because literally it's green tomorrow, and then it's, going the next
Maybe
week.
tomorrow, could be next week, yeah.
I mean, are we talking like more like May, early June-ish, like that's actually gonna need to start
Probably
getting
around May, beginning of May.
They'll start clean up and fertilize in May.
So in order to be able to, if we do go with the job posting position, we would have to have it up for at least 2 weeks. Generally, hiring procedure takes at least a month to a month and a half if we were still sticking with our every 2-week meetings right now. So in order to have that accomplished by May, we would have to decide.
How it's gonna cost and time, you know.
Yeah, but
I
I don't really wanna waste
suppose,
people's time if they're putting out applications. You know what I mean? And then just be like, oh, sorry, never mind, we went with a contract, you know?
What kind of help is that? Would the high school, the school be, someone local?
It would just be a local, like a part-time position, probably, you're probably looking at what? 16
24 hours
to,
tops,
huh?
24 hours a week.
Yeah, 16 to 24 hours a week, depending on, and then, I mean,
Put something in the paper,
well, yeah,
Yeah,
well, we're trying to
no.
figure out if we should try to do it like as a DPW open position, or if we should try to put it as a contracted position.
Well, the big difference on that is on contracted, he's gonna pay for everything, his gas, his mowers and everything. Now, if we go and get our own guy, we're buying the gas, we're supplying the mower, we're just having that as person.
Working for the
So
village.
that's quite a
Yeah.
difference in the money it's gonna be generated. Technically, it's the same, but we have to compare apples to apples.
And
How
that's
much does
even,
this cost
like,
and how much does that cost?
Our lawnmowers start to get a little, needing some love and attention.
Well, we do a lot of mowing, but then so the contractors want, so they're not gonna come too cheap.
Ray
Right.
loves the
Replace
lawnmower
mowers,
and will give it all the attention. Right, Ray? So we don't have to replace.
You can keep her running, that's for sure.
But that's why, I mean, we applied with that FDCVT grant, that was to include a lawnmower because this one's starting to show its age and gonna need some additional maintenance and things too. So, yeah, I mean, that's where we have to really weigh that out.
That's, I guess, pick on Ray or something as far as, how much of gas and that's gonna take and whatnot, and then you figure all that in and say, okay, this is what it's gonna cost to have a guy. And then you talk to the contractor, we have to figure out what it's gonna cost, and then what it won't, if we don't have to.
Well, that's why, I mean, I guess I'm trying to decide.
But somebody has to do some. Oh, well, but I mean, no, we're not saying for you to mow.
Yeah, I know.
We need to hire a guy to mow our contract.
Right.
Or you
So we'll
just gotta
put
figure out
some
the gas
feelers
or
first. We'll
the
contact a
distance.
couple of our
Just give
local
us a couple of parameters to work on.
and see what generally they would quote for it, and then
Yeah.
put it out for bid after we get a general idea.
Okay, but I can move forward. You would agree with their 50 cents for each of them guys, effective April 1st then? Or do
50-cent
you-
raise. for each
Yeah.
of them.
Or do you just wanna go with the 3% and 3% puts him at 21.93? So it technically works out to being like 53 cents or whatever, because I'm just kind of rounding it to 22.50. So Vern would be at 22.50 with an additional year and a CDL. Ray has actually taken on more responsibility with both water and sewer, with Joe being gone. He's run more ragged, so he'll be at 21.50. So it's $1 difference between the two of them. Still less than what Joe was making, basically. But yet, I mean, I don't know. It seems fair to me.
I'll motion to give them the 50 cents plus the 3%.
All right, do we have a second?
Sorry.
Barkowska,
Yes.
Shaver,
Yes.
Freeland,
Yes.
Chambers,
yes,
Valentine.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Just because April 1st is gonna be here.
all right, that's all set now?
Yes.
All
I'd like
right,
to make a motion for appointment raise.
do I have a second?
We have more to do.
Yeah, we have to go through all the applications for the ordinance position.
Okay, second.
That's probably gonna take a
I
bit.
assume that's a second.
All right, Bill second. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all opposed? Motion carries. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all opposed?